Hello and welcome to another video looking at my journey into vaping, as I've called it. I looked over my last video and realised I used the word basically a hell of a lot, and hopefully I will try to manage that, as it got annoying for me, so anybody viewing it probably got annoyed as well. So this time I'm going to talk about the Aspire Plato. I was using the Nautilus Mini. I was really enjoying that. Problems I had with it were I wasn't finding there was enough capacity in it. 2.5 mils of juice just was lasting me a day at work, but by the end of the day I was sort of starting to get worried that I didn't have enough juice in there and didn't want to carry around bottles of juice with me just on a day-to-day basis going to work. So I looked for alternatives. I couldn't really find anything that I really liked. I kind of wanted something where the tank was fully protected. So I wound up going for the Aspire Plato, because the Aspire Plato is completely and utterly encased in this protective sleeve. So that's the main reason I went for the Plato. Now, I always had a love-hate relationship with the Plato. It's fantastic for capacity. It holds over 5 millilitres of juice, so I could go like a couple of days without having to fill it up, and it was fantastic. The main issue I had with it was it was a very over complex way to change the coils. So first of all, we had to use this special little tool to unlock it, and the whole coil and assembly comes out. Let's see, done it enough? Not yet, nearly there. There you go. So the whole assembly comes out. The main problem I had with the Plato was, and this seems to be just me, but it flooded a lot. I think I got only once or twice I was ever able to refill the tank without the coil flooding and having gurgling sounds, which were really annoying. And never really got any juice come up, but just the sound just didn't sound right, didn't enjoy the vape, tasted burnt, it was annoying. So that's why, the main reason why I eventually went away from this thing. The other reason is because changing the coil, you have to take the whole thing apart. You have to make sure the tank's empty. You can't change this whilst the tank's full, because the juice will just fall out the bottom. And it has a really over complex way of replacing the coil. Most tanks, like the Nautilus Mini, you just take the thing out, unscrew the coil, screw the new coil back in, you're done. With this, you've got to unscrew this part and then unscrew your coil. And then when you're going to put the coil back in, you have to seat the metal bit in there and then screw it down until you just feel it just nudging against it. And then I always just do it a little tiny turn back. Then you put in your coil. So it's more or less tight, and then you tighten that bit up. Just over complex. Basically, I think what happened was they looked at the Nautilus and Nautilus Mini and went, we're going to use this coil in this new tank, we need to extend it, and they've just come up with this really complex way of doing it. And then you put the coil in there, and then you just screw that up. I'll just use my finger so far, and then use a little tool and tighten it up. And it's just an overcomplicated way of doing things, and that's the one big drawback with this. So yeah, I really love the form factor, the way it feels, the way it works, everything is fantastic about that. I just, in the end, I couldn't get along with it because of the coil flooding. It got to a stage where I was just taking out a coil, replacing the coil nearly every time I filled it because I knew it was going to flood, and that just gets really expensive. So I had to find an alternative to that, which I'll cover in a later video. At that time I was using this liquid, which was Element Pink e-liquid, which is pink lemonade liquid. Really enjoyed this liquid. Yeah, again, like I said before, flavours and e-liquids are subjective. Never take, if somebody says this e-liquid is amazing, take it with a pinch of salt and try it for yourself and see what you think. And also a good thing I find with, if you do look at reviewers and stuff like that, if they have an e-liquid they say is good and you try it and you think it's good, they probably have a similar palate and like similar flavours to you, so it's probably a good idea to follow them. And if someone recommends a juice and you think it tastes nothing like what they said it was, that could just be that flavour profile isn't for you. But I'm sure we'll cover stuff like that in the future. Now that's that for today. I'll put descriptions for everything I've covered in here in the bottom of the video, and thanks a lot for watching.